Minerals are what make rocks. They're the pieces that make rocks. And we learned about silicates. Silicone and oxygen make sand or quartz. And that's the first one that I have right here. That's quartz. Quartz is a mineral. 90% of all minerals are silicates. Silicone and oxygen. Remember the shape, the pyramid, silica tetrahedron. Well, today I want to tell you that there are 5 rules, 5 things that have to be true to make a mineral. And some of them are easy and some are a little tricky. So let's start with number 1. To be a mineral, it has to be natural. Natural. That means made by Earth. Not by people, by the planet. So here we see quartz. Quartz is made by the earth and the ground. Here is one called pyrite. Pyrite is sometimes called fool's gold. The earth makes that. It's pretty, right? Glass, which is made from a rock called quartzite. But that's made by humans. So that's not a mineral. Now you can make stuff out of minerals. It's still a mineral. That's okay. But glass is not a mineral. This horn is made out of something called brass. Brass is not made by the earth. Brass is when we take minerals, some metals, aluminum, and we mix it together. We get a mixture of metals. So brass is not made by the earth, it's made by humans. That's number 1, natural. Number 2, solid. Not a liquid and not a gas. No liquid, no gas, solid. So here is a mineral, calcite. It looks like glass. You can see through it. It is solid. Here is a mineral, amber. Amber is tree sap that has hardened. And technically, it's not really a mineral, but has the properties of it. Here we have water. Water is clear, but it's not a solid. Here we have honey, which is sticky like tree sap. But honey is a liquid. It's very thick, flows slow, but it is not solid. So it is not a mineral. Minerals must have a formula. Now in science, we say that this is either an element or a compound. 2 elements put together chemically, 2 or more. But when it's not a compound or an element, we say it is a mixture. Think about food. If I take ice cream and I put candy on top, M&Ms and whipped cream and a cherry, that's a mixture. Those are different parts. They're all put together. I can put extra candy. I can put no whipped cream. It's still ice cream sundae. But a formula means I can not change it. It's like a recipe in a cookbook. So over here I have a mineral called magnetite. And magnetite is iron and oxygen. Well, this one has iron and oxygen, but this one has 3 iron and 4 oxygen. This one, I don't know. It could be 7 and 2. It could be 8 and 4. It doesn't matter, as much as you want. This one has to be exactly 3 and 4. Perfect, no change. This one is a mineral called talc, which is very soft. You can scratch it easy. We make powder out of it, like baby powder. It is magnesium 3, silicone 4, oxygen 10, and then 2 more oxygen, 2 more hydrogen. So you see the Si and the O, silicone and oxygen? Remember what that is? That is called a silicate. Talc is a silicate mineral, and its formula always is the same. Here we have coal. You've heard of coal, has carbon in it. But how much carbon? We don't know. It can change. We can mix carbon and sulfur, and we call it coal, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Granite. Some people have countertops that are made of granite, very hard. And it's a mixture. It can be lots of different colors and lots of different patterns because it's got all this stuff in it. Okay? Natural, solid, formula. Number 4 has to be a crystal. What does a crystal mean? A crystal we think of as pretty, like this one, or a diamond. But crystal means a pattern. Dot, 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 dot. Always the same. Square, circle, square. Square, circle, square. Pattern, over and over. So here we see salt. Salt is a mineral. It's solid. It's made by the earth, and it is sodium, chlorine, sodium, chlorine, sodium, chlorine, and it always makes the same shape, a cube. Salt is always a cube. Now here are things that do not have a pattern. Here's a pizza. A pizza is a mixture. You don't want cheese? Take the cheese off. You don't want meat? Take the meat off. Is it still pizza? Yeah. Pizza, pizza, but not a pattern. It's a mixture. Here are some coins, penny, nickel, and some buttons. Big buttons, small button, red button, black button, white button. They're not the same. It's all mixed together. There's no pattern. No button, coin, no. Buttons, coins, all together. Number 5, inorganic. This means not alive. Nothing that was alive. No animals, no plants. Here we have a beautiful rock that has little lines cracked in it that looks kind of like a shell. But shells are animals. Something lives inside of this shell. This is just the way that it broke. It is just a pattern, but it is not alive like a shell. Here's a pretty green mineral called apatite. Oh, it reminds me of a tree, green and brown, pretty. But a tree is alive. It's a plant, so it cannot be a mineral. Minerals, not alive. Plants and animals, alive, not minerals. So those are your 5 main requirements. Natural, solid, formula, crystals, and inorganic, not alive. So I want to try a couple of practice ones, mineral or not. Here we have something called smog. Smog is pollution in the air. Makes you choke if you breathe that air. Is that a mineral? Is it natural? Kind of. Yeah, it can happen naturally. Okay, that's a mineral. Is it solid? No, it is a gas. So not a mineral. Carbon dioxide, smog, not a mineral. Ooh, here we have copper. Okay, is copper natural? Is it made by the earth? Yes, it's an element found in the ground. Is it solid? Yes, it's a metal. Does it have a formula? Yes, its element, its formula is Cu, copper. Does it have crystals? Well, it's kind of hard to tell from that picture, but if we had a microscope and we looked really close, we would see it is in a pattern. Yes, it has crystals. And was it ever alive? No, it's a metal. It's not a plant or an animal. So copper is a mineral. Most of your metals made by the earth are minerals. Copper. Ooh, a tire. Now we know that's made by people, but what about what it's made of? Rubber. Is rubber a mineral? Okay, well, is it solid? Yeah. Is it made by the earth? Well, it comes from a tree, actually. Rubber comes from a tree. So yeah, it's natural. Does it have a formula? Well, actually, no. It can be a mixture of things, and it's organic. It comes from this tree, so it's got organic background to it. Not a mineral, not a mineral. Lots of problems with a tire. Gold. Oh, we looked this one up last week. We learned about gold, didn't we? Learned about the gold rush in California. Is gold a mineral? Is it natural? Yes, it comes from the ground. Is it solid? Yes, it's a metal. Does it have a formula? Yes, its formula is AU. That's its element symbol, AU. Okay, does it have crystals? Well, it's shiny and pretty, yep. With a microscope, again, if we look really close, we could see it has crystals. And was it ever alive? No, it's inorganic. So that means, yes, it's a mineral. Gold is a mineral, okay? Carbon dioxide, no. Copper, yes. Tire, no. Gold, yes. Okay, that's all for today. Tomorrow you're going to do some practice for me on what we use some of these minerals for. So I'll see you then, and I'll put this video on Canvas if you need it. Bye-bye.